this assessment asks us to consider what would happen if we changed the usual order of addition of these reactions, where we add LDA and the ketone, make an enolate, and then add the aldehyde. What if instead, this problem is asking, if we just had both present at the same time? So let's imagine that situation where the ketone and the aldehyde are both present when LDA is added to the solution. Now, we're not going to go through the entire mechanism here, but what we will point out is that since reactions are random collisions, there's an equal likelihood that we could remove this alpha proton from the ketone, this alpha proton from the ketone, or this alpha proton from the aldehyde. There are slight pKa differences. This one is slightly more acidic, but in a random collision, LDA is plenty strong enough to remove any of these. Okay, let's just focus on the possibility of removing one of these two, and then we'll just say that this one complicates it even further. What this means is we could end up with a mixture of this enolate and this enolate. Now, at this point, that's not that big of a problem. But if we've made some of this enolate and some of this enolate, what that means is we have some of this ketone around, and we have some of this aldehyde around. Now that can be challenging because this ketone, or this enolate, could react with the aldehyde, and aldehydes are generally more reactive in these reactions, so we'll keep our focus on the aldehyde being the electrophile, or this one could react with the aldehyde. If we do that, what we're going to get is two products. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the acid quench again. I said we weren't going to show the entire mechanism, but one product that we will make if we do it this way is this one, where this is the aldehyde reacting with the aldehyde. So this is the enolate here of the aldehyde is reacting with this aldehyde to make this. I'll do some numbering in just a second. Or the ketone could have reacted with the aldehyde to make this. So let's put some numbers in because this is probably a little bit difficult to follow. So we'll call this carbon 1, 2, and 3, carbon 1, 2, and 3. So the aldehyde enolate is 1, 2, 3. The aldehyde as electrophile, 1, 2, 3. Over here is our aldehyde as electrophile, 1, 2, 3. We'll use our ketone, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the carbon 4 is attacking carbon 1 to make this molecule. Now, I'll stop here. I won't show more, except because we've illustrated the general point, is that if the aldehyde and the ketone are there, we're going to make multiple products. We would probably end up with both of these. We also might end up with the product of the enolate at this position reacting with the aldehyde, among others. We might even see some where the ketone is the electrophile, even though that's pretty rare. The aldehyde is going to be the better electrophile. The big picture, we're making lots of products, so that's why we add the ketone, deprotonate it with LDA, and then add the aldehyde.